Y'all see it. Y'all know it's Nick Cannon Mornings on Power 106. And right now it's time to get up close and personal. This is a close conversation with someone I know personally. Man, not only do I consider him a constituent and a fellow entertainer, but also truly, I don't use this term lightly when I say someone that I truly admire, a friend in the game out here, and a leader.
I wonder how long it was going to take you to say friend. You just got to find so many other words to say besides friend.
I'm just saying this because we
I was about to say, what else am I?
What
else is it?
There's a lot of terms out there that we use that we throw around that ain't real, but one of the realest cats I know, one of the most solid individuals I've ever met, T.I., the king, is in the building. It's the king, partner.
Hey, what's happening?
Man,
what's going on, bro?
Man, it's an honor. It's all love, man. Thank you for joining us. You got so many things on the horizon. Like myself, you're someone who has been multifaceted throughout the business.
Yeah.
But one thing I want to touch on just from the gate is your leadership, man. I think because there's so many things, and like you've talked about this many times, all the various hats that you do wear, but they're all leadership positions, you know what I mean? Whether it's father, whether it's MC, whether it's CEO, whether it's label head, whatever it is, you are always putting out powerful statements to yours, whether it's yours specifically or your community, man. Has that always been ingrained in you? Is that just part of just being a solid dude?
I mean, I've always been opinionated.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? I've always had a perspective. It's just after you've kind of had proven success, and you've kind of led by example for so long, your perspective actually matters to people.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So there's a lot of motherfuckers who share their perspective. Don't nobody just care about shit they saying because they ain't did shit.
Yeah,
you know
right. Facts. But you were one of them dudes. You just, as I know, my grandfather and a lot of cats who had laced him with the game, they call them old souls. Like it's like real wisdom.
Yeah.
And you know, whether it's people talking about how you say things or how you pontificate and all of those situations, but it's real game, man. And I picked up on it early on from the I'm Serious album when you were just really like a dude really coming from the streets, but then really saying how you planned on changing your life. And I'm gonna take it all the way back. I was introduced to you, and it was in the 90s, man. And I remember DJ Nabs back in the day in Atlanta, as well as Pharrell. When I was out there trying to get my thing rocking, I would see Tip in the club freestyling, whether it's Club Kai, whatever. Like when I say freestyling, like bars.
I was good.
Like, and just like, and this is a street dude just going crazy on the mic.
Yeah.
And then I remember Pharrell, I was in with Pharrell, he played me Pussy Pumper #1. This was before.
Hey, that was a jam.
That was the joint. And I was like,
jam.
he rapping different. He saying shit I had never heard of before. And from that day, I was a fan. And I would see you around and like, you know, because we was both trying to get it popping at the same time. So much so that, and you could elaborate on this story, T.I. was also up for the lead role in Drumline.
Yeah.
I don't think you was too happy that I got it.
So you want to talk about the one time you beat me, huh, Nick? You brought me here just to talk about the one time you beat me.
Nah, real talk though. That's how long we've been going at this, man. And you've turned it into.
But you were much better.
Well, I think because I had to be somebody who wasn't from Atlanta. You was from Atlanta, so my character.
I mean, but you actually learned to play the drums.
Yeah.
You know I didn't plan on doing that.
He was like, but right after that,
I had to get ATL.
He did ATL.
I think my movie was better than yours.
Oh, that's a poll right there. ATL or Drumline, which one is better? Shouts out to Dallas Austin because he originated both of those stories.
Right on.
But man, again, going back to it, you have turned it into, you become a mogul, man, like and beyond.
As have you, man.
Well, thank you, man. And it's good to be able to sit next.
The difference is nobody expected this from you, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, people can't expect big things from me, but it's like Nick, man. You know, hey, look, I fought with Nick every time. I love him. It's truly one of, the most respected brothers in the game, but for being like completely square. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, as a box of Cheerios.
You know what I'm saying? Square as a chair. You dig what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying? You always stayed in your lane and played your pocket, and it's been working tremendously.
Man, I appreciate that. And to say all of that is because when you're a fan of somebody and you actually get an opportunity on many different occasions, we've fellowshipped and built,
right.
but to always be true. In a game where it's a bunch of fake shit going on.
Right.
How do you do that?
I mean, you got to know who you is before you get here. You know what I'm saying? A lot of
there
people.
Go that wisdom I was talking about.
Nah, I mean, you know it. Like, you know, just like you, that's how you stayed square as a champ for all this time.
Got
you
to.
knew who you were when you got here.
Absolutely.
Like, a lot of people, they come into this trying to find themselves.
Right.
You know what I mean? I was already tipped before I got in the game.
Right.
So, and that's the only me I know how to be.
Facts.
You dig?
Facts.
So,
and you bring up a good point too, because in that same lane, like from somebody, I never wanted to glorify anything or try to pretend like I was something I wasn't, because when you come from it for real, there's no need to be like, oh, I'm tougher. But there's so many people in this game who put, especially now, they got to put on these hero suits. They got to pretend like they
now.
Yeah, they acting like they street cats, but cats who really are street cats aren't trying to glorify it. They trying to get away from it, and that's been one of your messages for quite some time as a leader.
Absolutely. I mean, I think, see, for us, we're refugees of the crack era.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
We're survivors of the war on drugs.
Right.
So cats who out there kicking it and didn't actually live it, it's kind of like a person who's never had a drink before talking about alcoholism.
Right.
You dig what I'm saying? So for us, like, we actually battled the things that you don't even have to worry about anymore. We did the shit that doesn't exist, and now we're talking about it because we're, you know, we reminiscing as old war vets would.
Facts. And I used to tell people, like, I couldn't wait to be a square. I couldn't wait to get on Nickelodeon.
You didn't have to wait long.
But when you come from it, when you got your part, you know, growing up out here in Southern California, it's gang banging, drive-bys, all that. I was like, look, I want to get as far away from that as I possibly can. So when I did, I was like, and it's money, and I can buy my mama a house, I can buy my grandmother a crib. Call me, I'll be as square as a pool table and twice as green.
You know what
I'm saying? Like,
hey, man.
Like, I'm trying to get to it, but
that takes a real confidence and a self-awareness to be able to say that.
Facts.
You dig what I'm saying?
Facts.
Because a lot of motherfuckers be like, man, the dope dealers get all the bitches, man.
The corny niggas get all the bitches too, though.
Man, I don't know, bro.
We ain't gonna go into that because
I don't know.
Times have changed.
I'm not saying that, I'm not saying that you don't have your fair share. I'm going because I feel like you are the exception rather than the rule. You dig what I'm saying?
I hear you.
I'm talking about, like, as a rule of thumb, ladies, do the bad guys get the girls or do the corny guys get the girls? Let's just say ladies.
Ladies,
no, I'm just saying, as a rule of thumb.
That's another part. Really? But what about if he makes you laugh? See, that's the other thing.
Oh, well, you know what? Okay.
And Tip has a great sense of humor.
Yeah.
He definitely has a great sense of humor, and people don't really get to see that side as much because of the bad guy persona. But other than, obviously on your show with your family.
Right
but I
on.
remember even trying to get you when we first started Wildin' Out.
Yeah.
And Tip, this is when Tip was Tip.
I mean, look,
and I was like, come on, man. And we had Spanky Hayes dressed up as a woman, and he was going to come in and surprise her. He's like, nah, partner. I ain't with all that.
Nah,
he's like,
funny,
he's like, I came here to rap, and that's all I do. He's like,
that shit ain't
we
even
got
funny,
it.
though.
But now you're a little, you kind of, is it just because with age you seem a little bit more playful?
I find a little more humor in life, in my circumstances. After going to prison, I got out and a lot of this shit just started being funny.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
When you see real circumstances.
Right. You know what I'm saying? You looking death down the barrel, man. You know what I'm saying? When you come back, it kind of like, okay.
Yeah.
This shit ain't all that serious.
So to that, because you've actually been compared to Malcolm X of this generation. I'm gonna say
hell no.
I'm gonna tell you why.
Who in the hell went and did some bullshit like that?
And because of the growth process that
I don't have enough sacrifice to be compared to Malcolm X.
I'm
just saying I don't have enough sacrifice. I might can reach the same amount of people. I'm just saying, but listen, I'm in the for-profit business.
Okay.
You understand? I got rich.
Right.
And got to a place where I made so much money that I cared about other people. You know what I'm saying? Because I wanted to make the world a better place for my children to live in. And I just saw a lot of bullshit happening, and people on my level and of my stature just weren't really saying shit.
Right.
And I felt like I could be doing more. Now, I didn't do that shit broke and turn down millions.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
Because if my stomach hurt and I get off of 5-10 million,
right,
I'm going to find a way to try to make that shit work.
Facts,
you see what I'm saying? You should. So I don't think that's why, like, when people say activists and, you know, I may be a revolutionary and a leader, but it's people out here, man, who doing the work and made real sacrifices, day-to-day boots on the ground. And I don't want to discredit their work.
Facts.
Because I make my shit work for me easily.
Right.
You dig what I'm saying?
But I think your influence, especially in hip-hop, and, you know, as we say, you know, R.I.P. to Nip and even Pac. I mean, I used to always compare you to Pac just because all the things that you actually went through, and then still being the ladies' man and all of those things, to where that there's a certain type of gift, there's a certain type of charisma that when an individual speaks, a whole generation listens. Yeah. Having that type of power, I mean, how do you deal with that daily?
I just remember it ain't about me. You know what I'm saying? This shit ain't about me.
Right.
You know, I'm a vessel.
Right.
I'm an instrument.
The messenger.
Yeah, I'm the messenger. You know what I'm saying? I just happen to be blessed with the message. I can see shit the way I can. Like, a lot of other people see shit that I see and understand what I know. It just, they walk around, motherfuckers thinking they crazy because they can't articulate it the way I can. You dig what I'm saying?
Right.
So I feel like that I'm just chosen to be able to articulate the message in such a way that people understand it and they're willing to follow. I don't think it's about me.
Now, speaking of articulating and kind of putting the message out there, what body of work is T.I. the most proud of?
My next piece.
That's the right answer. Tell me about it then.
Man, to be honest with you, man, I haven't, I put out, so me and Tiana Taylor, we did this, it's a short film.
Right.
And it's from 2 songs that's from the Dime Trap album.
Right.
And, you know, she directed it, and, you know, I came up with the story. And it's a very powerful piece that I'm very proud to release very soon.
Oh, we can't wait for that. We can't wait for that. And then speaking of, we got to talk about it just a little bit. Trap music himself, or itself in general. Okay. From the Trap Museum to just the term trap. And you being the king of the South, that has definitely been your title for quite some time.
Indubitably.
And there's been debates on where did trap music begin? What is trap music? How did it start? Who was the first trapper rapping? What are your takes on that?
Well, first of all, I say, while giving consideration to all who have contributed significantly to the culture, I don't think there's been no debates. I just think it's been people giving their opinion based on their taste level. You understand?
Okay.
Do you watch The Wire?
I do.
Okay.
One of the best television shows ever created.
Right on. Absolutely. Agreed. So you do know that Stringer Bell and Avon Barksdale, they neck and neck hold the same amount of weight, and they produce the same amount of action and activity.
Right.
However, they go about it different ways, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Stringer Bell has a vision beyond his present circumstances, sees in the future, and is working towards a certain goal. Avon Barksdale is actually, he loves what he is so much that
he don't want to be nothing but that.
And he leaves everything on the court.
Yeah.
You dig what I'm saying?
Fact.
You respect his tenacity. All right. So people who appreciate Avon Barksdale and who see themselves in him.
Right.
They gonna tell you the Gucci Mane probably started trap music, but that because of their disposition and how they see themselves in life.
Yeah, facts.
There's nothing you can do to change their opinion on that because of how they feel about themselves.
Right.
That's called projecting. Now, people who see themselves more as a Stringer Bell and who have different visions and ambitions for themselves and sees beyond their present circumstances, they know that T.I. created trap music. But the only thing about this group of people is they're supported by facts. Okay.
You see what he did there?
The word. That's why it's not a debate.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So the word trap and music had never been combined to describe a sound.
Right.
Before August 19th, 2003, my second album, Trap Music.
Facts.
Now, the word trap had been used before.
I heard the first time I ever heard it was Outkast.
Yeah, absolutely. Outkast, Good and Mob, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, like, the word trap had been used before. People had talked about dope before.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? You know, I'm not the first person to talk about, you know, selling drugs or whatnot. But the word trap and the word music had never been combined before my second album came out.
Facts.
So that's why, to me, it's not a debate. However, I don't discredit anything that any of the founding contributors.
Yeah, y'all on
to
the Mount
genre.
Rushmore. And even
Which you can see at the Trap Music Museum. There's a Trap Music Mount Rushmore.
Yeah.
And it's me, him, and Jeezy on it.
Those are the three. Nobody else should be.
Well, we're every year we're gonna treat it like the Hall of Fame. Every year, if somebody has made a significant enough contribution, we'll add them on to it.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
I can see that.
You know,
The Trap Museum.
We casting ballots right now for this year.
Yeah.
You dig what I'm saying?
If you haven't been down there,
who do you
it's
think
amazing.
should be added on to the Trap Music Mount Rushmore?
That's good
now,
right
the
there.
thing is now, they have to have had a significant contribution made to the culture.
Okay.
They have to have
Really trapped?
really trap, absolutely.
Damn, I was almost there. I saw a couple of nickel bags.
No, you couldn't even see the finish line on this one, man.
Damn it.
Okay, I think they have to have 10 years in the game.
Okay.
I feel, and I think they have to have a handful of hits that, you know what I'm saying.
Oh, so Chains maybe?
Perhaps. Perhaps.
He getting up there.
I think it would be between Chains. You got Yo Gotti.
Ooh.
You got now perhaps Future's coming up on his.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
I can see that.
So,
Nah, this is good, man. And what you've done for the culture with the Trap Museum, how did that concept come about?
just the Grand Hustle Brain Trust.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Hustle gang.
Yeah, we sit in a room and spitball ideas of how to push the brand forward. And
that was genius.
How to move the culture. And it was actually an installation that we thought of to be in support of the Dime Trap, the album.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
And it just stuck.
It was supposed to be temporary.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, but the demand has called for it.
It's beautiful, man. And
now we even have a mobile version, the Tiny Trap House.
Oh.
And so we out here in LA this weekend, the Tiny Trap House. If you ain't gonna make it to Atlanta anytime soon, come to the Tiny Trap House at Delicious Pizza. It's on Sunset. I think it's 6100 or 6160. Let me see here.
The man is on
Come
top of
somebody
his
get me
business
my
with it.
6160. Huh? 6601. Okay. 6601.
It's on Sunset over there. You gonna
on
find
Sunset, Delicious Pizza.
Yeah.
Y'all come rock with us, man. You know what I mean? And I think that there's a bit of trap music in everybody's radio.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't think nobody riding around without no trap music in their life today.
Man, and as an artist, a leader, an entrepreneur, we've had conversation on business levels.
Sure.
And you got so many things that are popping off. What's the next business endeavor for T.I.? That you could talk about? I know it's many of them, but the ones that you the most excited about.
Real estate property development. Yeah, I'm a build a mixed use community.
Wow.
Like an apartment complex, about 200 and something. I don't know. I'm just imagining things.
Right. I mean, it sounds powerful. I mean,
existence.
especially within your own community. You're somebody who truly does build up the community. And when I say community, that's in the whole for our people. And then I gotta talk about this, man, because we're two fathers out here that are navigating.
Yes, sir.
And you've dropped some real game to fathers out there that we've been able to witness firsthand.
Man. Me
being a father of three that I know of. it's getting a little scary. And I look to brothers like you who, some of your kids are a little older than mine, and and then we got some that are around a similar age. And I've even had your kids on our shows and everything.
Yeah.
So well behaved, so intelligent, and so regular, so normal. Like, how do you do that? Like, how do you make sure that they know their daddy is T.I., they know their mom is Tiny, they cameras all around all the time, but you keep them so grounded? How does that happen?
You kick their ass.
That's real talk.
And explain them why it's happening every step of the way.
Right.
You give them positive reinforcements and consequences.
But they got to understand.
They have to understand, you know what I'm saying? I tell my children I love them and I'm proud of them all the time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But if they step out of line.
Then they got to see me.
Right.
I just ask them all the time, what you think you can beat me up? What you trying to say, man? I'm soft. I got soft all of a sudden.
Yeah, and you got adults.
I'm just that one to try now. Okay, cool.
Has it ever happened?
Yeah, what you mean? Whatever happened?
I mean, has like
what?
They stepped to, because your sons, they some of them brolic. Like, have they ever stepped to pops like, I think I could take you?
The biggest ones are the least problem.
Really? It's the smallest ones that really be trying to test you.
The only one who really will try it is King.
King, really?
Yeah.
King came on the show.
And my daughter.
Oh,
my daughter, Deja.
See, now that's the thing, man. I can never, like my son, we box out push-ups, throwing them all around. My daughter, she's like, whoop me, daddy. I was like, I can't.
Yeah.
I cannot put my hands on my daughter. And I can't do it.
I mean, I tell you what.
I can't, because then I can't tell her.
Wait till she try and put a little boy before you.
Oh, see, she tipped. You just I'll sit down and do 25. I might get on the Mount Rushmore of the trapping.
Hey, listen. See, violence does not beget trapping. You know what I'm saying? You can be
wisdom. Violence does not beget trapping.
Nah, man.
But let some little boy come in between me and my daughter, and I will go sit down for 25.
But
that's
see,
all I'm saying.
It ain't gonna be him. It's gonna be her. As a player, you gonna back up and be like, he didn't do nothing.
What?
Yeah. So if she lie to you, sneak out the house to go hang out with him, what did he do?
You killing me, right? I don't even want to have them visions, my
I'm just saying, what did he do? He
what
didn't do nothing.
What can I do to prevent that?
As a player, you got to be like, man.
But that's my daughter.
She got to wear this ass whip.
Oh, is there anything I can do to prevent that?
Look within yourself and find the strength.
I want my daughter to be a lesbian. I'm saying it right now. I'm letting everybody know.
That's all right. It's going to be a little stud. Got her right out there in the movie theater.
But I ain't going to fight her. I'm like, that's what you want? Yo, we in here with T.I. having close conversations.
Yeah.
This is my man.
But look, though, the answer to your question, you asked me, man. You said, what can you do to keep that from happening?
Yeah.
Well, Lil Duval and I, we've developed a program. It's the Thot Prevention Program.
I need to be a part of this.
Saying? You have not, but every time you just spend quality time with your daughter, sit down with her, chop it up, man.
I be giving my daughter a real game.
Yeah, but you know what I'm saying? Well, you them your thought prevention hours.
Yeah, y'all think it's a joke. That's so real. I told my daughter, I was like, you have a special power.
Yeah.
And if you give away your power, then you've given that power to another individual. Hold on to your power as long as you possibly can. Yeah. She don't even know what I'm talking about. But just by at like 5, 6 years old, I'm letting her know there's going to be a lot of guys that are going to be trying to come and steal your power. And you need to protect it. And you got your brothers, you got me, and we all trying to protect your power because you're the one. And as soon as you let some other individual, you become weak.
That's right.
And she's like, she thinks she's a little superhero princess walking around, but I'm kind of getting that message.
That's absolutely right. But I mean, I started earlier, like 1 or 2. Like, not for real. Like, you know, like sweet Kool-Aid and unsweet Kool-Aid.
Right.
So I gave my daughter some sweet Kool-Aid. She loved it.
Right.
And I took it back. I gave her unsweet Kool-Aid. She hated it.
Right.
I showed her that sugar makes the Kool-Aid sweet. Then I put the sugar in the bowl.
Right.
I say sweet, not sweet. She don't like the one that's not sweet.
Right.
So as she get older, I say, boys, take your sugar. So she don't want to be no unsweet Kool-Aid.
Man, that's that T.I. wisdom right there. Thank you, man. Hey, Monroe, keep your sugar. That's what the message is.
Got to keep the sugar in the bowl, baby.
There it is. Now, you my man, you say I got the vest on, so I still got to do what I got to do.
I was wondering, was there an assassination?
I got to protect my life, Tip.
Is there an assassination prevalent? Well,
because it is the firing squad time. We got questions. I'm going to just shoot them rapidly at it.
I don't have a vest on, though, sir. You're the one shooting.
I'll protect it.
Oh, man.
However you want to answer them, we just going to get to it. First question, feared or loved?
Loved.
That means a lot coming from somebody that it can be feared at times.
I just want to be loved.
So what's T.I.'s biggest fear?
Failure for my family.
Okay. All right, worst job you've ever had?
Wendy's.
Wait, hold up. T.I. worked at Wendy's?
At 14 years old.
Don't.
When you're on probation, you have to have a job, man.
Understood.
You have to have a job.
Understood. All right, favorite restaurant?
That's tricky.
I know you own a few.
Yeah, I do, but I'm thinking about, like,
Waffle House?
No.
Not no more, yeah.
See, but then again, I'm thinking about what restaurant do I want to say that I don't mind everybody bombarding.
Right, it's the power of T.I.
the privacy of it.
Yeah.
Let's say Twisted Soul.
Okay.
Twisted Soul in Atlanta. It's soul food with a twist.
Like that.
It's in Atlanta.
Most prized possession?
My family.
Favorite cuss word?
Fuck.
Biggest guilty pleasure?
You see, that's the thing. I'm not guilty about any of my pleasures.
Oh, that leads me to this next one. Monogamy, real or fake? It's debating here. Why you so mad?
Monogamy is definitely real.
Oh, all right.
Monogamy is definitely real.
I'll give you that. But stop, ain't nobody asked you to clap. Best piece of advice you've ever received?
Move with the money at the speed of opportunity.
Ooh, that's that wisdom. Worst piece of advice Tip has ever received?
Do that shit.
There it is. All right. Oh, the island one. You on the island, you can only take 3 things. What are those 3 items?
My family.
I'll give you that.
My house. And my phone.
Bam. Y'all heard it right here. Close Conversations with T.I. This has been a real one. We definitely got to it, man. I appreciate you coming through. Much success with everything you got going, from the films, the movies, and, of course, the music. One of the best to ever do it. Definitely, I always say, one of the best MCs today and of all time, T.I. Tip.
Right on. Love.
My guy.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.